welcome to He Sees Us All YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the new 5G technology that's going to be rolling out. It's a form of microwave technology, and currently we use waves with our Wi-Fi and our cell phones that run at 6 gigahertz and under to transmit voice and data. The new 5G is going to be expanding that wavelength between 6 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz and higher, and this is microwaves that they're using. It is the same technology that the government currently uses for crowd control, but the crowd control that the gigahertz that they use, the wavelengths that they aim at the crowds, is only 95 gigahertz. So how is it that 5G is going to be permitted to run at 100 gigahertz and higher? And why is this, why does it run between 6 and 100 and higher? Is it that certain times they're going to run it at 100 gigahertz to target certain people? This brought me to, I know I bring you guys to the Bible a lot, but, Revelation is playing out before our eyes right now. It brought me to Revelation chapter 9, verse 5. I had to actually look through my Bible and find it before I could find it on the internet. And to them it was given to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented for 5 months. And their torment was the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. So this article I came across, it gives you a lot of information on 5G, and, the whole, I just want to read this to you guys. 5G network uses the same EMF waves as Pentagon crowd control system. The global rollout of 5G is well underway, and we soon may see a new small cell towers near all schools, on every residential street, dispersed through the natural environment, and pretty much everywhere. But the safety of this technology is in serious question, and there is a raging battle to stop the taxpayer-funded implementation of 5G. So, this whole network that's going to torture people and possibly target certain people with 100 gigahertz and higher because crowd control only runs at 95, we're paying for ourselves. We are literally going to pay to be tortured. The new cell network uses high-band radio frequency millimeter waves to deliver high-bandwidth data to any device within line of sight. So if you walk through this line of sight, talk about burning your skin. Today's cellular and Wi-Fi networks rely on microwaves, a type of electromagnetic radiation utilizing frequencies up to 6 gigahertz in order to wirelessly transmit voice or data. However, 5G applications will require unlocking a new spectrum bands in higher frequency ranges above 6 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz and beyond, utilizing sub-millimeter and millimeter waves to allow ultra-high rates of data to be transmitted in the same amount of time as compared with previous deployments of microwave radiation. Now, the 6 gigahertz transmits voice and data to our cell towers and such. Now, who's to say that once you get up to 100 gigahertz and beyond that they can't transmit voice and data right into your head? Causing a voice in your head telling you to do this or that and claiming to be God. I don't know, my brain just went wild on this. One of the ways 5G will enable this is by tapping into new unused bands at the top of the radio spectrum. These high bands are known as millimeter waves and have been recently opened up by regulators for licensing. They've largely been untouched by the public since the equipment required to use them effectively has typically been expensive and inaccessible. Among the many potential problems with exposure to 5G radio waves are issues with the skin, which is interesting when you consider that this technology is already being used in the military for crowd control purposes. Now, if you go to my video about skin rashes, I often wonder if the rashes that some people are getting is just maybe a test on this technology, see how high you can go with the wavelength before people are having some kind of symptom. I don't know. This technology, which is in many of our homes, actually interacts with the human skin and eyes. The shocking finding was made public via Israeli research studies that were presented at an international conference on the subject last year. Below you can find a lecture from Dr. Ben Ashi of the Department of Physics at Hebrew University. He goes through how human sweat ducts act like a number of helical antennae when exposed to these wavelengths that are put out by the devices that employ 5G technology. The U.S. military developed a non-lethal, so again, it brings me to the revelation how they weren't permitted to kill, but they were permitted to torture. The U.S. military developed a non-lethal crowd control system called the Active Denial System. That really got me. the name of that, the active denial system. Why did they name it that? Because the people that they're going to target are the ones that aren't going with what the government's putting out there, the ones that are against Agenda 21, the ones that aren't thinking the way the government wants them to think, the deniers. Why would they call it the active denial system? Anyway, it uses radio frequency millimeter waves in the 95 gigahertz range. Again, only 95 gigahertz, and 5G's talking about going to 100 and beyond, to penetrate the top 1/64th of an inch layer of skin on the targeted individual, instantly producing an intolerable heating. This kind of technology, it's down here, intolerable heating sensation that causes them to flee. Okay, this technology is becoming, I had to look this word up, ubiquitous in top world militaries. I had no idea what that word meant, so I looked it up. Ubiquitous, existing or being everywhere at the same time and constantly, encountered or widespread. So this technology is going to exist everywhere, demonstrating how genuinely effective this radio frequency energy can be at causing harm to humans and anything else. U.S., Russian, and Chinese defense agencies have been active in developing weapons that rely on the capability of this electromagnetic technology to create burning sensations on the skin for crowd control. The waves are millimeter waves also used by the U.S. Army in crowd dispersal guns called active denial systems. So that's the system that they're using. They direct these millimeter waves at the crowd. It's at 95 gigahertz, and it causes a burning sensation on the skin, and people will flee or run away. If 5G is going to run at 6 to 100 and higher, anything above 95 and higher is going to cause a burning sensation and maybe more to the people that are within range of this wavelength. I'd like to end this video with Revelation 9:5 because this ties right into it to me. When they turn this system on, I feel like they have the range length between 6 and 100 and higher because not everybody's going to be targeted at the same time. You know, some homes may be running at 6 to 8 to 10 gigahertz, while other homes who are actively denying the system will be targeted at 95 to 100 and then some even higher. I just found this video, I wanted to get out there because this again, the Bible is playing out before our eyes today, and I think we all need to stay strong, stay vigilant, keep your faith in God, don't fall into the system. I know it's going to be hard, but you know, we have days to come. You know, stick close to your family, love one another, pray for one another, and may you all be blessed. If you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like, and share this video with your friends and family. We need to get this out there. You know, honestly, we should be protesting and banding together against 5G. You know, maybe that's something that should be considered. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and may God bless each and every one of you.